And I'm using my serratus, which I'm pushing through my shoulders forward, almost like I'm crunching or slouching slightly. But the serratus is a magical muscle to open up our fascial planes. Are you working on the frontal line of your fascial plane? Well, if you don't know what that is, that's going to help you with connecting your quad muscle all the way up through your core. So if your stomach's really tight, but you feel like you still can't activate your core, it's a lot to do with your frontal line and your deep frontal line. So I'm going to show you a new way to do this with PressEX. So PressEX is a way we can exercise our fascia, and I've been exploring this and developing it over the last decade because I've had autoimmune condition. As a doctor of physical therapy, I've been an orthopedic outpatient and sports injury doctor helping people activate their bodies better through what's now called the PressEX system. So today we're going to be using our body weight and the PressEX bar. So let's get started. So what I'm essentially doing is called a straight leg raise, and all a straight leg raise is when you keep your leg straight and then you lift it up. That is a straight leg raise. But we're going to be doing the straight leg raise a little bit different. So there's going to be multiple steps today, and I'm going to go through all of the steps and I'm going to list them out. And yes, there are a lot of steps, but you really need these steps to get deeper into breaking up that stiff tissue, pulling the muscles apart so the muscles actually start working on their own. So this is what we call an activating fascia releasing exercise. So I'm going to take the press C bar and I'm going to have it on a 3 or 4 peg adjustment. I'm going to do 3. I am a woman with broad shoulders, but the narrower it is, the harder this is. And I'm going to do what we call in PressEX the bar give. So I'm setting myself up like this, ready for this straight leg raise. I'm going to grab my forearms and I'm going to actually change this 1 more peg to give myself a little bit more room back to 4. And I'm going to hook my arms around my knee and I'm going to hold my own forearms. And if you need the video on the bar give, connect it here. But essentially I'm going to come in on the PressEX bar and imagine that there's somebody standing right above me, diagonally above and in front of me. And I'm using my serratus, which I'm pushing through my shoulders forward, almost like I'm crunching or slouching slightly. But the serratus is a magical muscle to open up our fascial planes. So I'm kind of pushing my serratus forward. That's going to put me in like this crunch position, and that's going to set me up to engage that deep core activation. And I'm also grabbing my forearms and rolling them forward. Now I'm really grabbing them with my fingers in order to roll them forward. So there's 3 steps going on here with the arms. I'm first grabbing the forearms, rolling them out. Second, I'm coming forward through the serratus. And then third, I'm locking that bar with pressing my arms together to activate the coracobrachialis and the pec muscles with the PressEX bar. And I have 20 to 50% of pressure inwards on the bar. So it's not as hard as I can. It's more about balancing the pressures of the upper body. And then I'm trying to give it so it's a slight shrug once I'm in that position to somebody standing above and in front of me. Now I'm getting into the actual straight leg raise. I'm leaning back. I'm also using this foot as kind of a pole or a post. And then the straight leg raise is right after I have my upper body all set up to go. I keep my knee absolutely straight here. And I'm just keeping that quad muscle, which is this muscle here, absolutely tight and contracted. And if I need to, I'm going to bring it up, hold it, try to kind of pulse the quad muscle to give it some extra contractions there. And I'm holding that upper body in place. So again, rolling out on these forearms here, coming together with the PressEX bar and giving it to somebody above me. That's going to activate our frontal fascial plane from our clavicles all the way up. So you might feel a little tightness and pull through there, but that's going to be a good thing because the combination of being in this position rounded forward and leaning back hooked onto this leg as a post is going to give us core activation then. And so with this foot, there's one more additional thing. It's pressing into the ground. It's not just floppy and floating. One of the principles of PressEX is closed chained activity. So as I'm bringing this leg up, I'm also pushing the opposite leg gently into the ground. It stabilizes my body back, staying in this crunch position, keeping the quad straight, and I end up feeling this spreading out sensation in my body from my knee all the way through up through my core and then up through my pecs as well. So that's going to get that functional front line of the fascia system nice and activated. And if you've never had your actual deep core activated before, this will definitely turn it on like fire.